Peace. I thought I'd do a little different, a different type of video today. I'm going to do a showing of one of my new favorite oracles, and it's the Earthcraft oracle. See it? So this will be a shorter video. And this is by Juliet Diaz and Lorraine Anderson. And I really purchased this because of the artwork by Danielle Bodu-Fortune. Some of the pictures, if you can see them, if it just clears up. And I was a fan of her artwork before this deck came out. This deck was just released last month. And I have 3 prints by her, but I only could find 2. I just recently moved, so this is one of them. And I got this, I've had them for maybe about 2 to 3 years now. She used to have a store on Etsy, but now I think you just type her name in, you'll go to her store. But this one is beautiful. One of the pieces I've had from her for the last few years. Eventually, of course, I'm going to frame them. Isn't that gorgeous? Let's see some of the detail. Beautiful, beautiful artist. And this deck is just gorgeous. The reason I got it, of course, is because I work with the earth, but then also, too, it's diverse. And it has black female bodies, and it actually has a few males in here as well. But it's mostly has a feminine energy. And so it's 44 cards, and this is the little booklet that comes in with the deck. See that? Little booklet. Just big enough. And so I'll just read a little bit about what they say about what is Earthcraft, and then we'll get started with the cards. The earth connects us all. Perhaps that deeply rooted connection is why indigenous cultures all over the world share similar traditions despite never coming into contact with one another. How else can we explain why so many cultures identify the moon as an intuitive, mysterious force, or why so many cultures burn incense for clearing negative energy? It is not a coincidence that peoples everywhere develop healing through plants or look to nature to divine signs from the heavens. Mother Earth doesn't care about your skin color, language, social status, or where you grew up. She waits with open arms for anyone who is ready and willing to embrace her healing, magic, and wisdom. It's that wisdom that is the foundation of an Earthcraft practice. To live the Earthcraft way means to intuitively connect with the old ways of healing. Get out in nature, commune with plants, animals, trees, and rocks. Take in the sights, sounds, and taste, with caution, of course, of the outdoors. And most importantly, allow the earth to tell you what she wants you to know. There's no need to identify with a specific tradition to receive guidance from Mama Earth. While practicing Earthcraft, let the earth guide you. Don't try to assign a particular tradition to the guidance you receive. If you are gifted with a sign from Mother Earth that goes against what you believe to be true, consider why you are being guided to different understandings. If you feel an urge to connect with the earth in an unfamiliar way, give yourself permission to do so. Don't overthink magic. Instead, trust what you feel is right. All right. I thought that was a beautiful introduction to what is Earthcraft, and these are the 2 authors here on the back. They had 2 other decks before this, but I don't have those. I can't think of the name of them. One might not be out yet, but the cards don't offer any type of diversity in them, and so that's important to me. I usually try to pick oracle decks that have diversity, or I usually would deal with crystals or animal energy. So let's go ahead and get started. And I've been using them, but I tried to put them back in order. So this is abundance, number 1. Accept your gifts. balance, birch, ceremony, darkness, death, drought, fern, forest bathing, forest tears, the gatherer, inner healer, ivy, karmic debt, light, medicine woman, offerings, plant seeds, prayer, prophetic dreams, rise, river woman, and I do a lot of work with the river. I love to go and do prayer by the river, meditation, and give offerings when I can. Very, very healing. Beautiful card. Run with wolves. See it? Freedom. Sacred temple. Sacrifice. Seer. Sight of owl. Soul loss. Spirit of the East. And with that feather, I believe this is air messages, so communication. Spirit of the North. It's like earth energy. Spirit of the South, fire. Spirit of the West, Spirit Weaver, Spiritual Journey, the Ancients. Beautiful. The Mountain. The Shift. Thunderstorm. Transform with Raven. Warrior Woman. Wild Winds. Womb. And you are sacred. An important message for all of us. You are sacred. Hold yourself with love and with light. Always work on your healing. All right, let's do one card, and I'm going to read from the guidebook. This will be a message for all of us. If you happen to watch this, let's see what the Earthcraft energies have to say, what Mother Earth has to say for us, or to us. Spirit, what message do you have for us today? What message do you have? Just some advice for us on our healing and our spiritual journey and holding ourselves sacred. All right. Run with wolves. And offerings will do too. So the run with the wolves, which for me is to free yourself. Let's see what the guidebook has to say. This is our reading. From snowy peaks in midnight forest, across vast distances, wolves howl not just the moon spirit, but to communicate their location and issue warnings. Wolves are fierce, loyal pack animals who are excellent at managing relationships that serve the greater good. Their pack functions in a similar way to many human families. They rely on one another for food, safety, and shelter, knowing instinctively that there is strength in numbers. However, as in human families, it is not uncommon for one wolf to be aggressive towards another in the pack or to separate from the group for a while. Occasionally, a wolf feels the need to seek a new pack and new place to call home in order to thrive. Run with wolves commonly comes to you when you are questioning your relationships and interactions with others. As you become more aware of your emotional needs, you might find that familiar relationships and those with family no longer align with your soul. Additionally, this card could mean you have lost pieces of yourself and what is important to you. prioritizing the desires of others over your own. It may be time to consider whether or not you've been running with the wrong pack. Could it be time to strike out on your own into the wilderness to find something better? It could also mean that you must find your voice and lovingly create better boundaries in your relationships. And then it has a practice here. How to the moon awakening practice. Sorry. In this powerful practice, you are invited to howl at the moon spirit as the moon spirit as the wolves do, opening your heart and wild spirit to release what you are holding on to that no longer serves you. It also clears the noise from the mind so that you can better receive guidance on any issue or situation. Stand tall, take a deep breath, and as you exhale from the mouth, sigh with exaggerated ah sound. Do this 5 times, and on the 6th time, instead of ah, howl. Repeat 2 more times. Let loose, move freely, and flow with the energies. Be wild. Howl from deep inside yourself. And then we also had offerings here too. That's our message for today. Mother Earth is a giving mother. She gives everything to her children, providing food for us to eat, air to breathe, and water to drink. We depend on her resources and her resilience to sustain us. Now ask yourself, how much have you given in return? It's easy to get caught up in what you don't have or what you need more of, but never forget the abundance that has already been given to you. Offerings given freely and without debt or expectations are a way of showing our thanks and respect for the earth. The offering card guides you to be mindful of how much you give compared to how much you receive. It reminds you to show your gratitude, working towards balancing the scales of give and take, not just with Mother Earth, but in all your relationships. But all your relationships is a sacred way to bring more harmony into your life. If you've been a taker in the past, try to find ways to be generous in whatever way you can. Call a friend who usually calls you. Help your partner around the house or stop to water a flower on a morning hike. If you have been giving all your energy away, try to allow your heart to open a little more. Readily accept compliments, support, and offer help. Oh, and offers of help. Sorry. Let me see it. Sound offering. To use sound as an offering is to give from within. Sound carries the essence of our spirit and the intentions we set from the heart through sound or deep belly sounds. Sit or stand with your arms by your side, palms facing forward. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, in through the mouth and out through the nose. As you breathe, envision inhaling light and exhaling darkness. After your 3rd deep breath, you are now ready to send out your sound offering, infusing it with light. It can be a song, a hum, grunt, or even a heavy sigh. Any sound offered up with intention is sacred. As you vocalize, see the light fill the space, person, or intention you are offering it to. What a beautiful reading. I read guidebooks, but a lot of times with the cards, I just try to intuit them on my own based on the energy of the cards. But this is a beautiful reading. So we got the sound offering with offerings and Run with the Wolves, which also told us to use our voice. So a lot of us are in situations where we're not speaking up for ourselves. We're in situations where we're not speaking clearly or we're not showing who we truly are with things that we have to say with our truths. So these cards really are just an indication that we need to find environments and we need to be around people that allow us to express ourselves in our true nature. And my readings deal a lot with that, but this is kind of goes along with that. But beautiful cards, beautiful messages. And this one was on the bottom here. Our sight. One's gorgeous. Which means you have the vision. You know where you need to be, and you know where you need to go. You just have to have the courage enough to take to get to that next step. All right. Take care.